Test 8, number 7. So we've seen one of these before, so you can tell this is something that they like to do all the time. Look, the values are -1 and 5. There's also a 0 in there. You might as well just use them. Just plug them in. So again, to review, if you didn't plug them in, what you would have to do is you would say 2x plus 6. I'm going to subtract the 4. X plus 3 minus 4 is -1. You'd square both sides. 2x plus 6. I'll write x minus 1. I have this habit of writing it twice, instead of the squared, writing it in parentheses here, because I know I can do the FOILing and not make a mistake then. X squared, two groups of -1x is -2x. -1 times -1 is +1. Subtract this stuff over, you would get -4x, and you would subtract 6 and get -5. Then you would factor. You would get a negative and a positive sign. In order to get this, I guess you would have -5 and +1. Right there, give you -5x and +1x for the -4x. Then you would think the x values are 5 and -1, and if you thought you were done, you would pick this answer and you'd be wrong. So you'd be wrong because you'd still have to go check for domain issues, because once again, the square root of something is only positive, not negative. So when you square it, you're removing that concept, right? So as I've said before, so for instance, the square root of 9 is equal to 3. It is not equal to plus or minus 3. Even though -3 squared is 9, the square root of 9 is only +3. So that could be confusing, but the point is, if you did all that work, you'd literally be at the same moment. You wasted time because those answers are just on the page. Why even do all that? So instead, just try out the values, because if you didn't do that, you still have to go try out the values. So why waste all that time, right? So trying out the values. Let's try out -1. We would have the square root of -2 plus 6. That's just if x is -1. And then we have +4, and then we have -1 plus 3, which is 2. So this is the square root of 4 plus 4, which is not equal to 2, right? That's 2 plus 4, which equals 6, not 2. So that didn't work. And I'll try out 5. The square root of 2 times 5 is 10 plus 6. There's a +4 out here, and then 5 plus 3 is 8. So I just put in 5 for x everywhere. Square root of 16 plus 4 is indeed equal to 8. That's 4 plus 4. So it's 8. So 5 works. -1 did not work. And so any answer with -1, I mean, gosh, look, if you tried out -1, you didn't even have to try out 5, because you could cross off 3 answers. If you were confident, you could just say, well, the answer is just B. That's the only one that's remaining, right? Using the values to cut down on work. It's a huge help on this test, and even more so in the calculator section, but we're seeing questions in the non-calculator. On average, about 1 question per non-calculator section where this is really helpful. So there's number 7.